where I'm in the shop today, and I got a project at hand. We have a very unique space in our walk-in closet in our master bedroom, and my wife would like a shoe rack built, so I kind of have to custom build this shoe rack. I'll put into the video the plans that I drew out on grid paper, so you can have, you get an idea of what I built. Yeah, it's specific kind of to this space, but if you're interested in it, email me. I converted the plans into a PDF, and then I can forward those plans on if anybody out there wants to build the same thing or something similar and have an idea to go off. I did everything to where I even have a cut list made out of how many cuts of each length I need to make, just so I maximize the most amount, or I maximize to the best the material that I have, and there's not a lot of waste. So, saves me money and saves me the amount of cuts. So the cut list that I have was least amount of cuts with the material that I had. So I'll start out with the material that I have. 3 20-foot sticks of 1 by 1 by 1.25 or 0.125 angle iron. So that's 1 inch angle. It is 1 inch by 1 inch, and it's an 1/8 inch thick, so that's 0.125. And then I also have a 4x8 sheet of expanded metal. This is what's going to be on the bottom of the shelves. I'm going to put a decorative handle on there. All the cuts have been made so far as to what I need based on the plans. What we got to do now is we got to take all these pieces and then get them put together. Follow part of the plans. We use the taller 45-inch sections and then connect them with these 10-inch sections to get our sides built first. 45s and set them up just like that, so they're about 10 inches apart. And then we can get all the 10-inch pieces set in there and get them tacked into place. All right. So I took the time, you square it all out. We'll tack this in place like it is, and then I'll progressively start adding each one of the shelves. The beauty about doing like this is if you just take a little bit of time, square it all out, it's gonna make it to where it's not all warped up and it's gonna fit even better. Take a little bit of time, we can trace around where these magnets are, and then we basically kind of built ourselves a jig, so when we do the next side, then it's just as easy. All we do is come in, we set the magnets where they need to go, we set in all the bar or the angle iron that needs to be in there, and then it's almost like having a jig. So next thing we need to do now is just kind of tack it all into place. So the camera died. So where I'm at now is that I got, well here, let me show you. We got all these notched in. You saw some of it. You saw me welding the bottom, but I also got the top end too. So we got the basic outline of the whole shoe rack. What I'm gonna do now is I got these 36-inch pieces and I'm gonna lay them in there. Lay them in rack, so on and so forth, all the way up. And then I'll weld them in there and then I'll give the whole frame a little bit more rigidity. So yeah, let's get after that. See, we got everything tacked into place. The whole frame is tacked and just needs to be welded out. Well, the other thing that I have to get fabbed up today is that there's going to be casters on the bottom as well. So from the bottom of the caster to this, it needs to be elevated 6 inches. So I'm going to use some of these pieces, get something fabbed up, and we'll go from there. I didn't really draw this out too much on the actual plans just because I didn't know how it was going to work out specifically. But I measured from, you know, the table to this ruler. I'm about 4 1/4 inches. So if I do 2 inches, it'll get me right where I need to be. So anyways, let's get after it. All right, you can see to speed up progress, I welded up this kind of little jig deal right here. It'll help weld these up a lot quicker. All right, time to replace wire. I don't waste any of this. What I'll take is hook it to the end of a drill chuck and then wind it up, and then I can use it for TIG wire. Find both the ends. Just like that. In the chuck. Grab the end with pliers like so. And then just run the drill. There you have it. You can use this as TIG wire, so you're not wasting that little bit that you take out of the gun of your, or out of your MIG gun, you know, because there's really not much you can do with it. Now you're not wasting it. There's your pro tip of the day. Got it all welded out. See all the welds on there, and we'll come and polish that out with a flap disc later is the next thing to do. You can see down there in the legs, I have 1, 2, there's basically 3 pieces of angle iron. They're 2 inches. That gets it raised up to the 6 inches that I need it to be. And yeah, so it only needs 3 on there. It's not like it's going to be supporting a massive amount of weight. It's only going to be supporting shoes, so we don't really need anything that's too bomber. Anyways, that's where I'm at now. The next thing I got to do is start polishing out those welds, or just shaving them down with the flap disc so it's all smooth surface, and then get the expanded metal cut and get the shelves laid in here. And then I got a handle that's going to go roughly somewhere right there in that general vicinity. And then yeah, we'll get it prepped up, ready to paint, and then yeah, that'll be it. Thanks, sis. Got all the expanded metal in for the shelves. It's all tacked in. Every single shelf is in there. Now the only thing left to do is put the decorative handle on there, which is gonna go on this side, roughly right here, wherever the 36-inch mark is. Then prep it for paint, and then it'll get painted with this stuff right here. So that's the next step. Now we'll get on to fabbing up that handle. All right, there it is in its home. Fit pretty good. Yep, already has some shoes on it. But you can see back there, kind of a weird space. Weird, just narrow space that you can't really do much with. So, we built a shoe rack. Alright, now it's going back to its home. All in all, not bad. Turned out really good. Fits the space well. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm going to end the video here. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe, follow along, and see what projects I do next. Alright, thanks.